Hey y'all, um, just coming to you today, just outside my garage here, okay? And just thought I'd go ahead and make this quick and dirty video here about this 8 1/4 Mopar rear end that's going in my 92 D150. There is the offending 9 1/4. The pinion bearings are making a lot of noise. They're bad, bad. So this is my option. Um, yeah. Before anybody says anything, I know all about it. You don't have to say anything. I know 8 1/4, not as strong as the 9 1/4, but bad pinion bearings versus good operating rear end. This is going to keep my truck on the road. This is not. This is going to leave me stranded on the road if I don't do something about it soon. And not only that, if it locks up while you're going down the road, that can be really dangerous. Okay, but I'm just giving you like a size-wise comparison. I mean, you can see the difference in the girth between the two of them, you know. So, but, some people throw a lot of dirt on the 8 1/4. Myself, I don't, because they both 8 1/4, 9 1/4, 8 3/4, Dana 60, Dana 44, all of those rear ends, they have their place. 9 1/4, handle more weight, handle more torque, handle more horsepower, bigger tires, bigger, stickier tires, more performance, more towing capabilities, and so on and so forth. 8 1/4 can't handle as much, but can still do quite a bit. It's sort of like, oh, I don't know. It's um, sort of like comparing tractors. A small tractor can do quite a bit of stuff, but it can't do as much as maybe a bigger tractor can. You see where I'm going? All right, so there you go. Farm tractors, that is. Okay, but progress is this rear end is completely stripped now, and it's also been cleaned within an inch of its life. I know the soapy looking stuff you're seeing on here, this is actually not soap. That is um, this stuff is what's known as a rust inhibitor. So you can see in areas it's turning gray in some areas. It will turn gray and black. Some areas are starting to get pretty dark. So already, and this stuff has only been on here maybe 15 minutes, something like that. As you can see, I've got it supported on the jack stands. Um, so, yeah. Um, this is pretty much a straightforward bolt in, which is really nice. I've got all the old brake stuff stripped off. There it is. There's some over there too as well. And I've got new brake stuff right here. Yeah, I know it's not like the best in the world. It's Duralast, but hey, I think it's going to work just fine. Okay, so here we go. I've got manual. I got a manual on this truck, and not only that, I've made a video showing how the brakes go together. So I've got something to go by. I've also got here in the bag, get it out, new rear differential cover gasket. So that's going to be nice. I think I already have one of them, but I went ahead and got another one just in case. Here is a new hardware kit, which I'm really excited about. So, new brakes, new hardware. I'm going to be reusing the wheel cylinders came off the 9 1/4 on this. They look identical, and I looked them up one time as far as part numbers were concerned, and they were exactly the same. I do apologize about the light. It's getting to be evening time here in East Tennessee, so I'm not gonna. The thing is, in the evening, the sun's starting to sink down and it's just blasting in here, so it makes making videos kind of hard. So, there is the brake drums that came off that 8 1/4. They actually had a little more meat on them than my current brake drums that was on my truck. So I went ahead and turned these. I don't know if you can see inside there. I hope you can see inside there. They have that's been all machined inside there, all clean and pretty and machined and everything like that. And these all cleaned up also very, very thoroughly. Got a lot of the rust off. I put rust preventive on there, and then just some regular gloss black high heat paint. So but yes, on the 9 1/4, pinion bearings are bad. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the new bearings and stuff to put in this, and then I'm going to probably take this thing apart myself and put new bearings in here, which I will probably have to have somebody with a press them on to the pinion shaft for me, which I have a friend who has a hydraulic press, and I've also got one at work. So I'm pretty excited about that. That's going to be great. I'm also going to upgrade my springs just a little bit while I'm here at it. These are off the same truck that the rear axle came off of, 89 model. And I'm going to probably add one leaf in here, probably right between here and here. And when I do, I think that's going to work out fantastic. All right. Okay. And it's going to make probably give me a little firmer ride in the back, but it'll also make towing a trailer a little bit better, and the truck won't sink down quite as much. There we go. All right. Okay. I've got plenty more work to do. Even while this stuff dries, the drums over there are drying right now, and this rear axle is drying. As you can see, it's already turning dark, and this stuff is supposed to take an hour, but man, I mean, this stuff looks like it's going to be done in probably 30-45 minutes, you know. So just one of those things, you know. But you know, I figured put it in, make it look good, clean it up. Got these U-bolts here. I'm gonna check them here real quick. Let's see. Yeah, they always tend to spring out just a little bit. I'll just have to get a clamp or something on them and squeeze them together, but that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, but they got all cleaned up with a wire wheel and got all the rust cleaned off of them and everything like that. I'll probably shoot some paint on them after I get them on, because it's kind of a moot point to try and paint these because the paint gets all scratched up on them by trying to do it any other way. So anyway, all right. Like I said, tons more to do. Try to get as much done as I can today, and then got tomorrow off as well. I'll be working on it again tomorrow. The big deal is today, no rain, and it's 50 degrees out here, which is really nice. It's probably better than 50 degrees, which I'm really happy about. I may clean these dudes up, these leaf spring plates. Then again, I may not. Yeah. Oh, you might be wondering, while I'm at it, why don't I go ahead and do a spring under conversion, where the rear axle would actually sit on top of the leaf springs and lower the rear of the truck, or what's known as a rear axle flip or leaf spring flip. The reason why is because I still use this truck for towing. Not only that, it's I am going to lower it, but I've got lowering shackles, so that'll keep the rear axle in the same orientation. And not only that, I don't want any issues with like U-joint vibrations or having to shorten the drive shaft or that sort of thing. So I think by lowering it with the shackles will be a lot better. But first, I've got to get the front end lowered. So that's the way it's going to be. Um, so there you go. That's it in a nutshell. What I'm doing, and hopefully you've learned a little bit about some of this stuff. And you know, so there you go. Okay. Oh, one thing to keep in mind about rear axles. Yeah, 9 1/4 handles a lot more horsepower, torque, weight, stickier tires, bigger tires, all that stuff. 8 1/4 won't handle as much, but still will handle some. Uh, your big deal is your tires and your weight. My truck, 3,700 and some change. Um, you know, some of your Mopar B bodies, probably 3,400 pounds. Some of your A bodies, probably 2,500, probably some as low as 2,300 pounds on up to maybe 3,200 pounds. So that gives you some ideas there, okay? You know, but of course you start jacking up the horsepower, you start getting a better tire where you've got a lot more traction and a lot more of everything else. You're going to be starting to snap stuff, and I don't care what axle you're running. You go beyond the limits. That's just the way it goes. Okay. All right. Like I said before, I got a lot to do, and um, I got to get on it. I got to get busy. All right. Thank you for watching. And if you have any comments at all, suggestions, ideas, whatever, put them down below. Or any questions, put them down below. And I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. Okay? Thank you very much, and God bless.